In our relentless pursuit of more and faster, it's astonishing how much of life's profound beauty we sacrifice. The ancient Stoics understood this. They believed that to live fully, one must not just endure life's challenges, but cherish them, seeing every obstacle as a teacher and every moment as a lesson in the art of living. This philosophy, Stoicism, is not about suppressing emotion or enduring hardship with a grimace. It is about finding freedom in acceptance and strength in simplicity. Today, we delve into the heart of this ancient wisdom to uncover how it connects with the modern slow-living movement, a path that promises not just peace, but a rich, deeply connected life. If you feel overwhelmed by the pace of your own daily grind, and you're curious how these principles can transform the chaos of modern life into a wellspring of tranquility, you are in the right place. To appreciate the full depth of this philosophy, I invite you to stay with us through this entire journey. And if our exploration resonates with you, a simple click of the subscribe button is a wonderful way to show your support and continue learning with us. Our path begins where each day does, with the power of daily rituals. How often do we rush into the whirlwind of our tasks without a single moment of pause? Stoicism teaches a different approach, one that is not about surviving the day, but thriving within it by aligning our actions with our deepest values. The Stoics practiced this through morning and evening reflections. These were not idle thoughts over coffee, but structured moments of contemplation. The morning began with an intention-setting practice they called premeditatio malorum, where you anticipate the day's challenges and rehearse your calm, dignified response. This doesn't foster negativity. It prepares you to meet adversity with grace. In the evening, the reflection shifts to a gentle review. What went well? Where did I falter? How did I respond to stress? Was I true to myself? This isn't about harsh self-criticism, but about a kind, constructive dialogue with oneself that encourages growth. These small, consistent actions, perhaps 5 quiet minutes each morning or a few moments of journaling at night, build a foundation for a life lived with intention. Each day becomes a conscious step towards a more mindful existence, where we are not just reacting to the world, but actively shaping our experience with wisdom. From the inner sanctuary of ritual, we turn to the world around us and explore the beauty of simplicity. In our bustling lives, simplicity can feel like an unattainable luxury. But Stoic simplicity isn't about aesthetic minimalism. It's about finding a richer life by focusing only on what truly matters. It teaches us to distinguish our needs from our wants, to ask of our possessions and commitments, does this serve a true purpose? Does it align with my values? Is it necessary for my well-being? By gently stripping away the superfluous, we declutter not just our homes, but our minds. We make space for inner peace. This practice begins with small, intentional choices, reassessing our schedules, simplifying our routines. Each act of simplification is a step towards a less distracted, more deliberate life. It frees us from the perpetual chase for more, a chase that so often ends in dissatisfaction. By choosing simplicity, we regain control over our time and our priorities. We begin to lead a life guided not by external demands, but by our own deepest convictions, crafting an existence that genuinely reflects who we are. This leads us to one of Stoicism's most powerful concepts, Amor, Fati. This Latin phrase, which translates to a love of one's fate, challenges us to embrace whatever life brings, not with resignation, but with enthusiasm. It is the art of seeing everything that happens, including suffering and loss, as a necessary and even beneficial part of our journey. Imagine facing life's unpredictability with the conviction that whatever unfolds can enrich you. That is, Amor Fati. A lost job might reveal the path to a true passion. A hardship might forge a strength you never knew you possessed. This profound acceptance allows us to redirect the energy we would have spent resisting life's challenges and channel it instead into learning, growth, and positive action. To practice this, we can start each day by viewing the hours ahead as an ally in our growth, filled with lessons, no matter what they may be. By loving our fate, we embrace the full, beautiful spectrum of human experience. When we picture a Stoic, we often imagine a stern figure, enduring hardship without complaint. Yet, this image overlooks a crucial part of their philosophy: the value of leisure. The Stoics saw rest not as a weakness, but as essential to a healthy mind and a virtuous life. But their idea of leisure was not about passive entertainment. It was about actively engaging in activities that rejuvenate the spirit and sharpen the mind. This is the time for contemplative walks, for philosophical reading, for meaningful conversations that deepen our understanding. It is an intentional pause that allows us to consider not just what we are doing, but why we are doing it. True leisure, they taught, leads to tranquility, a state of inner peace that comes from living in harmony with our principles. By redefining leisure as a time for quality, enriching activities, we cultivate a life that is not only productive, but balanced and deeply fulfilling. A well-rested mind, after all, is the strongest asset we can possess. In a world that celebrates immediate results, the virtue of patience can seem outdated. For the Stoics, however, it was essential. Stoic patience is not a passive waiting game. It is an active endurance, a practice of maintaining calm in the face of delays and challenges. It begins with the recognition that so much of life unfolds on a timeline beyond our control. Instead of reacting with frustration, we are taught to respond with reason and measure. This practice transforms frustrating moments, a long line, a delayed project, into opportunities for reflection. By mentally rehearsing how we might handle setbacks with equanimity, we cultivate a mind that is less reactive and more deliberate. This resilience not only enhances our own well-being, but improves our relationships, fostering understanding and compassion. Patience is not about suppressing action, but about choosing the right moment and the right way to act, aligning ourselves with the natural, unhurried flow of life itself. This brings us to the very heart of the Stoic art of living, being present in the moment. Stoicism teaches us to anchor our minds in the here and now, focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This is more than simply enjoying life's pleasures. It is about engaging deeply with our current experience in a way that cultivates tranquility. This mindfulness involves an active participation in the present, while gently setting aside judgments, past regrets, and future anxieties. A simple way to practice this is through attention shifting, consciously focusing on the sensation of your feet on the ground as you walk, or the sound of your own breath. These small acts pull the mind away from distraction and into a deep engagement with the present. By reminding ourselves that every moment is fleeting, we learn to value each experience without clinging to it. Living in the present with this mindful awareness enriches our own lives, fosters empathy, and allows us to live a life not just endured, but profoundly enjoyed. As we conclude our exploration, let us reflect on the path we have walked. We have seen how daily rituals can ground us, how simplicity can bring clarity, and how loving our fate can turn any challenge into an opportunity. We have rediscovered the value of true leisure, the strength in patience, and the profound peace of living in the present moment. These are not just philosophical ideas. They are practical guides to living a better life. Stoicism teaches us that our peace is not dependent on what happens to us, but on how we respond. It empowers us to choose our reactions, to focus on what is within our power, and to gracefully release the rest. I encourage you to take these teachings and gently weave them into your own life. Start small, with a single moment of reflection or a mindful walk. Observe the changes, not just in your mood, but in your entire outlook. Embracing these principles is not about turning away from the world, but about engaging with it more fully, more thoughtfully, and more serenely. It is about building a life filled not just with days, but with depth, purpose, and peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey. The art of living well is practiced daily, and the path forward is yours to walk. For those who wish to continue this exploration, you will find more to contemplate in the videos now on your screen. May this be not an end, but the beginning of your journey towards a more mindful and fulfilling life.